Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin Timms with REI Network. Welcome back for another episode. I've got an awesome guest today, and I can't wait to introduce her. Before I do, if you didn't already get it, make sure you check out the Maui case study, how we did a fix and flip virtually without seeing the house, without bringing in the money, building relationships, doing that deal virtually. If you want to check that out, go to reinetwork.com/Maui, reinetwork.com/Maui. Again, it's 100% free. So, and it's going to be great content. So go and check that out. Right now, let me introduce my awesome client who's just down to earth. She's a rock star. Sandra, how are you?
Awesome. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. You just actually got, I guess, a telling off from me a little bit with, I don't know what it is with coaching clients sometimes when they don't want to tell me all the good stuff, just the bad. So when we just, I wouldn't say reconnected, kind of, a couple of days ago, and we talked, how's it going, Sandra? And you're like, yeah, it's going pretty good. I've been super busy doing deals and making money. So that's obviously what it's all about. So we're going to come on to that. And what you've been up to since kind of been working together. And even before me, I will say that you were already successful in doing deals. So not am I trying to say that it's down to me at all. Okay. This is down to you and what you do. But Sandra, just for people, just to get to know you again, super down to earth. You are who you are, which is what I love. You're in a monster house, a mansion, let's say, in the outskirts of Atlanta. So I want to talk about that. So just give us a background on you and kind of where you're at, and we'll go from there.
Okay, cool. My name is Sandra. I live in Georgia, here in the south of Atlanta. And I've been actively investing in real estate now for 6.5 years, I believe. Following you for several years. I don't know, maybe three years, something like that. Anyway, so before I was injured in the military, I guess this was back in 1993 or so. And so when my career ended as in the Army, I decided, okay, I want to do something different. So I was working as a bartender, and I, saw an infomercial on TV in the middle of the night kind of thing. And I got bit by the real estate bug, they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just started trying to learn to do this business. And I bought all these books, these tapes, these CDs. I went to boot camps, I did it all. At least I thought I was going down the right road, when in fact, I was going down the road of all they want to do is sell me something. They don't want to help me. Right.
Yeah.
So after 18 years of doing that, literally forever, I decided, okay, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to start learning and really dedicate and invest in myself to get it done. So I did. And I started to apply what I was learning and started doing deals pretty quickly. And then I met you, and I was like, okay, I need to start working with this guy, right? Because my biggest thing was, even though I was successful and I was doing deals, I was so all over the place. I was sporadic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't organized. So I'm sure there was a lot I was missing. Yeah. So since starting with you last year, my business has completely changed when it comes to organization and, utilizing team members instead of me trying to do it all myself, which has been huge.
Yeah, it was, I remember our first call, and I was kind of attracted with your situation. I want to talk about the mansion here in a minute. So we're going to go back there because it's just awesome. And it's one of my favorite stories. That's why I wanted to tell it. So anyway, we're going to come back to that. But when we had our first call, what was amazing was, and I used this on the last podcast I did with somebody else, it was just kind of chaos, right? A little bit. And you were working way too hard, right? And you work hard now, right? You're manic, but you're working hard at least in an area of making money, right? I mean, you were going where you were scrubbing lists and pulling lists and scrubbing them and weeding through it. And then you were marketing to them. I mean, it was just it
was crazy.
I just come in going, what are you doing? I mean, it's working, right? Don't get me wrong, but like, you're stressing me out. Like, why are you even doing any of this stuff? Right. And obviously it works, right? So that's why you were doing it, because it works. Why change something? But how can we get your time back and be more structured to make more money, right? And do more deals. And that's kind of what we started to, you know, put in place with that structure, with team members. You know, I'm huge on virtual assistants, local assistants, and getting them working efficiently. And obviously, well, we did that. We put it in place. I mean, just you carry on. I mean, how's it been going? And what's been happening?
I mean, when I going back to talking about working so hard, when I started years ago, I had terrible credit, like really bad credit, 503 credit score, and I was negative $26 in my checking account. So I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. So all the deals I was doing before were creative style, you know, strategies, and listening to you over the last few years and learning some of the techniques and strategies that you teach. That's really helped me to be able to grow and do deals. Right. Yeah. So when I started with you last year, I was just like, everything even though I had done flips, I had raised money, you know, I had done all this stuff, but being so chaotic and scattered, it really does affect the amount of deals you can do. You're leaving money on the table that you don't realize you're leaving, you know what I'm saying? So being able to get my business where it needs to be with your help has just tremendously been amazing. So thank you for that.
No, I appreciate the kind words, but it's you, right? You're the one that's actually, you know, doing it. And I remember a few months ago, we had a call. I don't know if you remember, you'd done a few deals and it was going well, but you just said something to me. You're like, I've just got to now get committed, right? Because you were doing everything. Like, you were doing multiple things, a lot of shinies going on. And you just said, I just got to make this, like, yeah, it's working, but I've really got to make it work now. Like, and since you've obviously applied that and been doing it, I mean, you've just told me since we've been marketing, just alone on what I was doing with you, outside of your network, you've done 14 deals, right?
14, yeah, just because of your training and work coaching with you. 14.
Yeah, right. 14, and that's on top of your networking with wholesalers, your creative stuff on top, and it's just giving you more time to focus on that and, you know, and make more money. So and them deals have come pretty much, probably, and you tell me, in the last several months, in the last few months probably, right? More of them have come in that time frame, would you say?
Oh yeah, like, as a matter of fact, we've got excuse me excuse me for coughing. I've still got this. I had COVID like 2.5 months ago. And I can't get rid of the cough. So over the last, I don't know, few months of really being committed to organizing my time and allowing, you know, using the virtual assistants and training my personal assistant that I have to do it the right way instead of my way. I've been able to, like, we're literally processing anywhere from 5 to 10 leads a day. And that seems crazy. And it may not be a lot to some people, but for me, 5 to 10 leads were real leads, not junk leads. Like, these are leads that potentially will go under contract, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So just the 14 deals we've completed, that doesn't count all of the leads that we are following up on because of you and your coaching with me. So like I said, I mean, I would say, okay, so I talked to my assistant this morning. We have 6 that we're trying to put under contract right now. It's just a matter of working out the details and of the seller asking for some concessions, which I'm fine with. So it's just a matter of delay in getting the contract done. But the point is those 6 came from the leads that we are pulling now that we're working on. So I'm just saying, like, we have multiple deals we're trying to put under contract right now. So every day it's something new every day.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to me because like I'll get leads that aren't, they may say no today. And so many people put them aside and don't follow up. And we're constantly following up. And it truly is 3 or 4 or 5 touches before somebody is committing. So
and as soon as people understand and realize, like, let's just break down what you've just said. And it's the same in my business as well, is that it's in the follow-up, right? The profit. And you said to me, when we worked together, you said, well, I got to do 1 deal to break even, right? So if I can do more than that, I go profitable. Okay. And that's the same in your marketing, that if you do 1 and it covers everything, then how many from that marketing source can you close over a period of time?
Exactly.
Because then it's just profit. Okay.
Right.
Your time's involved, but in terms of your marketing dollars, and your marketing budget is not huge.
No, it isn't.
Right. Because I know, obviously, I think you only have 1 cold caller, right, for what he brings in, and you're in Atlanta, a super competitive market, right? But
I don't even work I'm only in a small part of South Atlanta too, which, there's enough deals to go around for everybody. You just got to know how to work it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you do the creative ones, you do flips, you wholesale, you network, you buy from wholesalers as well to get them up there. So you're super active as you've started to grow that. So that's amazing. But you're in Atlanta where it's too competitive, apparently. It isn't. It's the process. It's the process that wins. The process. And it's the same when I go to Maui virtually. It's just the sequence. It isn't rocket science if you work it. And if you trust it and you work it. You said your virtual assistant, you like him, right? You said
he's awesome.
Yeah, great.
I was so scared to use virtual assistants. Like, I don't know why, but like, I guess because it was a foreign thing to me, meaning I didn't know how the process works. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to work with a virtual assistant is like, why the heck wasn't I doing this years ago?
I know. It's insane. They bring in so much money for us, like on our real estate business. They're the only ones pretty much that generate the leads. It's insane.
I do want to say something, that out of those 14 deals, and out of those 9 flips that I did with you, one of them wasn't even here. It was out of state, and I never even saw it. Like, I saw pictures, but that was it. I never went there, nothing. I did it all sitting at this kitchen table, which is where I'm sitting right now. Amazing. And in less than 30 days, I bought it for 20 and sold it for 41. And I put $2,200, I think, into it.
Yeah.
For repairs. And I used my team. So I used my agent that I found there.
Yeah.
To earn her commission and do all the work. She found the landscaper. She found the repair guy. I paid everybody through the internet.
Yeah.
So it was like, amazing. I even did the closing through email, through digital.
That's brilliant. And that's cool. And that's what it's like, right? And I remember as well, I was having a coaching call, and hopefully you don't mind me saying this, where you've done deals and you're like, because you haven't done this form of marketing, you were like, how do I get going this conversation, right? Because normally you're doing it in a different way. And as soon as you iron that out, to hear that you've done it virtual, because we had that stumbling block of like, how do we get that, that awkward first initial call with the seller? How do we overcome that? So it's great to see that you've done that virtual as well. So, which is amazing, because now with that 1 deal that you can now take this into multiple markets if you choose.
It's just a matter of jumping out of that mindset of, you just got to change. It's a process. You just have to say, okay, so what are the steps to do in this process, and make it apply to wherever you want to do it and whatever strategy you're doing. Yeah. But you got to get organized. And that was what I needed to do.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you, sharing that. I think people are just going to get a lot from this. You know, they really are, from multiple directions, from virtual to getting it done, the structure, the systems, the importance of focus on the right areas of the business, all these things that, that they can take away from this. But I do need to come back to the story of how, where are you living? Like, how did this come about?
Well, I tell you what, nobody believes me until they actually see it, right? So like here, people that are local when I'm doing business with people or whatever, and I'm like, they're like, so, you know, where do you live? I said, well, we do events in our house and stuff. They're like, oh, really? You got enough room for that? I'm like, well, we have 11,260 square feet finished. And if we finish out the basement, which has over 15,000 square feet, and then the attic, which is about 8,000 square feet. And then we have, we can put in a 2-bedroom apartment over the garage. Then we will have over 32,000 square feet finished when we're done with 3 septic systems. I got to put 2 more in. But I acquired this house on a creative finance.
Yeah.
So it started as first it started as for rent. And then I negotiated him to a lease option.
Yeah.
And then it went from a lease option last year to owner finance. So I put, how much did I put down? 45,000 down, which is nothing because the house is worth $2.2 million. So to get in at 45,000, you know, that was a lot of money out of pocket for me. However, I live in this house basically for free. The only time I've had money come out of pocket was during COVID for 2 months. And that was because Airbnb was shut down. Yeah. So we have Airbnb space, you know, short-term rental space here in the house that generates enough money, plus the events that we've done here. Now, events are few and far between because of COVID.
Yep.
But because we've added additional short-term rental space, that covers my house payment, which is $15,000 a month, and my overhead of utilities. So I don't pay anything to live in a mansion. And it's to most people, it's mind blowing. Like, how do you live in a mansion for free? Right?
Yeah.
It's just about getting creative and figuring it out, right? The guy that when we met him, he'd only owned it for 2 months. So, you know, I just had to pick his brain and find out what his why was, you know, why he needed what I was fixing to offer him.
Yeah.
And because I solved this problem, I got my dream home. So.
And it is a dream home. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, you just gave the square footage there, but I mean,
it's nice.
Amazing condition. I mean, it's a mansion. I mean, that's what it is. It's a mansion. So, you know, to get creative, even in my house, which is on a way smaller scale, but we have the guest house at the back and we rent the guest house Airbnb and that covers the mortgage. Yep. So we technically live here for free as well.
Nice.
Obviously not a mansion, right? So
I mean, it's only because I have the space that I can short-term rental, you know. I mean, then that's just one option. There are other things probably I could do. Like a friend of mine actually said we should do a mystery dinner theater event, which we are going to do. So there's other things we have, you know, we get creative, right? We try to figure out things that we can do for fun and generate income.
No, it's brilliant. Fantastic. And I love that because people like, and again, you're just so down to earth. You're just like I am. You just, if you meet us in person, you're just you, right? And that's, you don't put anything on. You are who you are, which is great.
My hair's in a ponytail. I didn't get all fixed up for this. As a matter of fact, just an hour ago, I was standing knee deep, ankle deep in water in a property we just bought. So.
Okay, yeah.
Hey,
well, hopefully
I'm committed.
Yeah, absolutely you are. Well, good. Well, look, I want to say this to everyone that's listening, guys. You need to know Sandra. If you are in the Atlanta area and you want a JV, you're doing your marketing, you've got deals that you can't move. Okay, Sandra is the person that you need to know.
Oh, we're buying. We are buying. We've got the cash available to us. We just need more deals. So bring them on.
So absolutely. So she is buying as well. So make sure if you've got a contract, you want a JV, you want her to buy it directly from you, make sure that you reach out. Sandra, you got an email address for us?
Yeah, it's info, INF as in Frank O, at barstone with a B as in boy, group.com. So info at barstonegroup.com. And that will come directly to me.
Awesome. Okay, great. So make sure you reach out to Sandra, guys, because again, I called this company REI Network because it is all about networking. It's who you know, okay, not what you know, to get your foot in the door and then start delivering and make things happen. So Sandra, I appreciate you. It's amazing to work with, or you're amazing to work with. You just get on with it. You do it, you follow direction. And again, I appreciate the nice things that you've said towards
awesome,
me, but you're the one doing it. And I don't want to take anything away, that it's not me. You're the one doing it. So fantastic job. And guys, if you're interested in working with us, okay, go to reinetwork.com/systems, reinetwork.com/systems, and let's have a conversation, and we'll go from there. So appreciate your time, Sandra.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Gavin, so much. I appreciate you. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.